Hi, how you doing? Okay, this video is about who are the Hispanic people? Who are the people of Spain? Okay, so just like the people of Britain, like like uh, like I'm Franco Anglo American. So Franco means that my ancestors. If I was French American, that would probably mean I was born either in America or France, and now I live in either America or France, or something like that. When you use the older name, it means that's where your genetics came from, but now you live in America. So Franco-American means your genetics come from France, but you live in America now. Anglo means your genetics came from Britain or England. Anglo, England. Get it? See, so the older names. So Hispanic means that you're like Spain. Today it's called Spain or España, but it used to be called Hispania. Hispania. And that's where the word Hispanic comes from. It's using the older name of Spain. So when I say the Hispanic people, of course, like everybody, Mexicans and in Central America and in South America and all those Spanish-speaking places, everybody's at least part Spanish, part native, part Spanish. Maybe they're part Italian. Really, actually, it's a little known fact that Mexico is actually more diverse than America. There's Chinese, there's like everything, and so there's everything, just like there is America. It's like all of America, not just the United States, is a melting pot. There's people from all over the place. But the Spanish-speaking peoples, they're at least part Spanish, so they're Hispanic and other things, So someone might say Latin. No, we're Latin, Well, that's fine. See, so I'm going to shed lights on this. So right now, I'm about ready to go into more detail than you normally hear, or even the people that talk about it, even if they are Hispanic, probably know. Okay, this is some really cool detail. It's because my son's half Hispanic on his other parent's side, and I wanted to know where my future generations and everything would come from now that I've mixed blood with that family, And I couldn't find answers anywhere, and it was hard to do. Like, nobody knows anything about that subject, but I found, that's why I'm doing this video. Okay, so just like everything else, we go to the table of generations, chapter 10 of Genesis. People say, I don't care. Can you cite a non-biblical source? Well, archaeology, like this is non-biblical too, but it's just when you go back in time, the Bible was the history book. It's, the scriptures were also history books, Okay, so Genesis chapter 10 is it tries to give the genealogy of everybody. If everybody died in the flood, Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Okay, so we know that the flood, it wasn't what they say. There's no way the whole earth flooded and all the animals were on the ark and they fed them and got rid of their poo and all. There's no chance, 0 chance the story of Noah is real. But Noah is real. And, these type of things that are based on pieces of truth. The true part of the story of Noah is that something big happened, and Noah became the parent of everybody. And the people of Japheth became the Asians and across the Bering Strait into America. So the Native Americans and Asians, that's Japheth. Shem became the Middle Eastern and the European. And Ham is the black man. But the question is, and I have a video called Noah Had 3 Sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and I go into detail about that. This video is about, well, where are the Hispanic people from? Okay, so first of all, when you go back in time, the Greek people and the Latin people, the Italian people, the Greek people, and the Spanish people, we're all related if you go back far enough in time, okay? So Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Okay? So everybody that's Ham or Japheth is a Gentile. The Jewish, or better say, because Jewish really means the tribe of Judah. The Hebrew people were the people of Shem. Okay, the 12 tribes of Israel are Shem, but Judah he kept making babies with women from Ham and became the black people of that. So they're black people that's also from Shem. Okay, but they're also part black and much darker skinned than the other of the 12 tribes. Okay, but Japheth, they didn't all go into Asia. Some of Japheth, Japheth's son Javan. So I'm on Genesis chapter 10, verse 2. It goes over Japheth's descendants first. It says, sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tiras. So Javan, the Spanish people came from Javan, pretty much. But some of them came from Tubal. Okay? So then you go to verse 3, and it says... No, but we'll skip ahead to verse 4. That's where it goes over the sons of Javan. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. Something, I'm not sure. Anyway, Tarshish, okay? So Noah had the son Japheth. Japheth had the son Javan. Javan had the son Tarshish. So Tarshish was the name of a man. And all these people, they're the Greek. That's why they're called the Latin people. So, and the Roman people, Roman languages, right? Roman, it's like it's a romantic language. Romantic language doesn't mean that it's like romance, like boy meets girl type thing. It means from Rome. So the word Rome and Roman and romantic, those all come from the name Romulus, okay, who is one of the first kings of this family. And another one of the first kings was Laetanos, which is where Latin comes from. Okay, so the Greek people, the Italian people, and the Spanish people, they're all Latin people. That's why their languages are romantic, from Romulus. Get it? So you could call so it's okay, the Hispanic people can be called the Hispanic people, or the Latin people, or even a romantic people, a Roman descendant, because it all happens like that. But what happened was Tarshish broke away from the rest of them and went to Spain, and that's why when you look at maps, if you go back in time, Spain is called Tarshish. It's probably ringing a bell. You're like, yeah, I remember there was a distant land called Tarshish. You're thinking of the story of Jonah. Remember, Jonah didn't want to have to prophesy destruction, and ran away and went to Tarshish, and the Lord got mad at him, and then he ended up in the belly of the well 3 days. Jonah in the well, that story. The Tarshish was the land furthest away. That's because Spain, if you go across the Mediterranean, think about it. Spain is the furthest place away. It's on the other side of the Mediterranean, It's kind of funny. But Spain's visited by apostles and by Jesus and everything, But it's Tarshish, okay? So Spain was called Tarshish before it was called Hispania. And they were the people of Tarshish because they were from the genetics of a man named Tarshish. But some of them are Celtic and and stuff like that. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Eventually they, the Moors and blah blah blah. There's other stuff that goes on, but so with that you can pretty much take it from there. Okay, so the key word is Tarshish and Japheth. So that's why in the New Testament, when it talks about Spain, it talks about that Spain will be a refreshment unto the Lord, and that they're a Gentile people. That's why they're a Gentile people. They're not from Shem. They're from Japheth, like the Asian and the Native American. And on top of that, they end up when they become American, Hispanic American peoples, they end up mixing blood with natives who are also from Japheth. So they're just very Japheth. If you think about it, you're like, oh, that's true. Asian people, Native Americans, and Hispanic people, sometimes you can barely tell them apart. It's not, it's because they're related.